Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and welcome you to my group reading for the full snow moon. Well, on February 27th, the full snow moon is going to be rising high in the sky. We are going to be truly blessed by this amazing full moon divine feminine energy. Now, the reason February's full moon is called the snow full moon is because of, well, the snow. In North America, a lot of us are dealing with that heavy snowfall. I know that's very true in Canada, as January and February are usually the snowiest and coldest months of the year. And February really looks like it has a lot of snow accumulation because it's still holding on to January's dumps of snow. Now, historically, people struggled in February the most for resources. There weren't a lot of animals to hunt due to the heavy snow cover, and some of the resources that they had stockpiled for the winter were starting to deplete. The full snow moon supported people in getting some reflection and time to self, helping to gain greater understanding. And this is very true for us today. We have just entered into Pisces, and that intuitive energy is going to support us with this amazing full moon reflection. We have that time now, and for many of us it's colder and there's still a lot of restrictions in play. We need that time of reflection, looking inwards and exploring, using this time to our advantage, and combining this amazing Pisces intuitive energy with the divine feminine energy of the full moon. Well, you have an amazing recipe for success, reflection, and healing combined into a very powerful time. Remember, my friends, the full moon energy can be felt 2 days before and 2 days after. We have almost a week of this amazing, reflective, healing energy that is there for us to reach out and embrace. And that's exactly what I want to do in this reading. Look at how you can use these amazing energies to your advantage. The decks I chose for this reading, I had to go with the winter Waite. Come on, we're still in winter. I know it has a bit of Christmas theme, but it also has that very cold and crisp feel to it. And then I combined it with the Witches Compendium Oracle, helping us to gain added tools for this amazing opportunity and time. The selections that I have for you for this reading, of course, we have some Howlite, we have some Smoky Quartz, and some Selenite. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you right now. It may not be your favorite crystal. However, it's the one you can't keep your eye off of. And then go in the description box below. There you're going to find timestamps. Click on the crystal's correlating timestamp. It's going to take you straight to your reading, my friends, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome, my Howlite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the full snow moon wants to share with my Howlite friends. What card symbolizes the full cold moon for my Howlite friends? Oh, fantastic. The Nine of Cups. Nines are about all that we've achieved, all that we've overcome in our lifetime. That cup, we're looking about that emotion and intuition. Of course, with the Nine of Cups, you're looking at that abundance. Our cup is pretty full right now, and in a good way. We have a lot going right. It may be hard to see because it surrounds us. It gives us that foundation. Without turning around, we're not going to see it. We're just going to be looking at what's right in front of us. We need to take that pause. Reflect in to these cups. To all these amazing supports, abundances, and fulfillments that we have. Like I said in the introduction, the full snow moon is encouraging you to take that time of reflection. Well, we don't want to just focus in on the challenge or the problem. We want to focus in and reflect on all these aspects and pieces that are going right. When we do that, we're going to be able to start to nurture these aspects, allowing them to grow and to flourish even more, giving them the time and energy that they need, that they've been lacking because we haven't been paying attention to them. We're focusing on that future, looking forward, rather than taking the time to look at what's all around us. When we take that time, you'll be pleasantly surprised at how many pieces and aspects are going right, that are right behind you and all around you. The full snow moon is encouraging you to do that. On top of which, we're in the zodiac Pisces. It's that intuitive, amazing zodiac that's going to support us with added guidance and wisdom, helping us to really flourish and allow those aspects to grow. We need our intuition, our higher vibrational support team to support us on moving forward. We don't want to get stuck or too comfortable in what we're dealing with and what we have. We want to allow these cups to grow, to become bigger and fuller with only high vibrational, positive aspects and pieces. Like I said before, they're primarily full of good aspects. However, at the bottom, you're still going to find that residue, that gunkiness, that buildup that's holding us back, that's slowing us down, that we're carrying that burden on our shoulders. We need to focus in on what's going right, releasing that burden, that heaviness, allowing for the growth and the development that we're looking for, that shift. So let's look at this shift. Let's look at how we can take this and make it even more. What further insight and wisdom does the full, that card's important. Does the full cold moon have for my Howlite friends? The Seven of Swords. Did I just say we need to release that heaviness, that burden? Well, the Seven of Swords not only encourages us to do that, it talks about getting real with us. Now, sevens in tarot, they can be a bit of a challenging number. However, with some work, because they are a lucky number, you're going to be victorious. Now, the Seven of Swords swords being about truth and knowledge, we need to start to be very mindful of that truth. That truth, as we're looking at that reflection, truth is about us. Our ego has put this fluffy, puffy protection all around us. It has grown on us. As we've grown up, we've started to protect ourselves more. It was part of how we overcame the challenges and trials that we faced. Unfortunately, in this fluffy puffiness, we've lost connection with our authentic self. It's time to get back to the heart of the matter. We don't want to keep trying to fool others and ourselves as to what we could or should be. We need to be very mindful of that information, that truth, focusing in on the heart of the matter, ourselves. And that is really what we're looking at here. However, we're not going to be focusing so much on that heaviness, that falseness, that protection. We're going to be focusing in on what's going right. Focusing in on this makes us drop some of these swords. We're not hyper-focusing in on how we can protect ourselves or how others are perceiving us. We're focusing in on the important pieces, the heart of the matter. That knowledge that the swords do hold will help us. It'll help to connect some of the dots, giving us direction. We can start to understand ourselves more when we start to check in and focus in on ourselves. We have a tendency to hyper-focus in on the future, those what ifs, those could be's, those should be's. And then we get also caught up in the past, on those could've, should'ves, and would'ves, rather than focusing in on right here, right now. Enjoying and exploring the opportunities and abundances that are all around us. Rather than trying to get away with something, we're missing out on opportunities because we're getting caught up and carried away with that fluffiness. Time to put things into perspective and start to shift those gears. Yes, we want to understand our authentic self. However, that's going to be a process. There's so many layers of puffiness that your ego has put forward that it's going to take some time. So, yes, reflect in and check in to self, but more importantly, engage in what's going right. That's going to help you take a beeline or that straight route to the heart of you, because you're dealing with aspects and pieces that are connected with your soul. Things that go right are connected to our soul's journey, what we want to learn and experience. That's why we always have those passions, those creative endeavors. When we start to connect into what works, what feels good, what brings us enjoyment, we get out of that crazy gunkiness and into what's going to serve us more fully. That perspective shift will support us in nurturing these cups even more. We need to get out of our head and get out of our way. And the easiest way to do that is through our creativity, through that intuitive insight that we get when we're getting our hands into what makes us feel good, that's fun and fulfilling. When we are focused in on our creativity, we're not focusing in on that challenge. We're opening ourselves up to more guidance and insight, those aha moments. It also gives us an amazing reprieve and recharge for dealing with some of that crazy and chaotic energy. That low vibrational drag that we have, if you will. Think of the Nine of Cups as the card we want to go forward on. And the Seven of Swords is kind of pulling us backwards. We need to be focusing in on that positive. It's going to help us to drop some of these swords, some of this burden, helping us to move forward, helping us to make a difference in our lives. The Six of Swords. Okay, I got, caught up and channeled the card before I knew it. I love it when I do that. Six of Swords means we're carrying our burdens and moving ourselves slowly forward. It doesn't matter what these swords contain. We need to move forward on them. And the more we're focusing in on that positive, the less these swords are going to weigh, because they don't have our energy, our attention. We're not nurturing them. And I know that sounds crazy, but true. The more we hyper-focus in on these challenges, the more we nurture them. We allow them to grow. We give them what it is they need, what your ego is demanding that you give them. That energy, that attention. We strangle out and ignore the cups that are right behind us, those abundances and aspects that are going right. We need to follow the star. And if we think about the star card, we're looking at our hopes and dreams. We don't want to get caught up, stagnant, and stuck. We don't want the tower involved. We have this amazing time of reflection and understanding. Understanding what we have and what's more. Knowing that there's been a lot that we've had to overcome, and we did it the best way we could. And we are going to have to start to lessen these swords, lessen that burden by moving forward. And we can do it. We just need to nurture what's right there, right now. And the full snow moon has got you covered. It's a fantastic time for you to spend time with you. So let's look at what else the full snow moon can help you out with. What blessings does the full snow moon have for my Howlite friends? When you look at these cards, the Six of Swords is going to the 9, and so is the 7. This knowledge will feed through and support you. Even if it's knowledge about what you'd like to remove or lessen. You're focusing in on you right now. The Alchemist. Fantastic card. Alchemy, of course, is the skill of taking one substance, combining it with another to create something meaningful. And that's what we need to do. We need to take these past experiences and combine them with what's going right to produce something that is more meaningful, that's going to help you more fully. Similar to any good skill, it can take some time to do this. You don't want to throw all your ingredients into one pot. You need to slowly take it in moderation. That slow and steady will support you in stable growth. So, taking a little bit of these past experiences, past knowledge, and bringing them to the forefront, allowing you to heal, to take the information, because guys, we've got double swords here. Take that information for the information's sake and use it to our advantage to add to what we're currently dealing with. We have the amazing nurturing energy of the full snow moon combined with the Pisces intuitive energy. We're going to be able to take little pieces of this and bring it to the forefront and use it to our advantage. That is what this is going to be about. Taking little steps. Steps that are going to be meaningful for you. Now, we are looking at releasing the emotion that is tied to these swords. That's the challenge with the swords. Swords themselves, they're about knowledge. The events and situations, they have knowledge. They have pieces of education that need to be shared with us. However, we've attached emotion. We've put an emotional twist to that situation or event. And it's in that emotion that is causing us to feel heavy or pushing us to try and get away with something we shouldn't. We need to release that emotion and take that knowledge and combine it with what we're dealing with. Our current situation, helping us to break patterns and build new, amazing pathways with it. One of the ways that we can do that is through a meditation that I created with Archangel Metatron. And in that meditation, we looked at releasing that fear and pain. Now, if you're new to my channel and don't know about my meditations, I do have 2 playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, and the other is a Just You and Me playlist. In both playlists, the meditations are 30 minutes long, give or take, and they're guided meditations. They're free to you to visit and revisit as often as you need to help you move forward, to help you strengthen you. Back to Archangel Metatron, he can help you release some of that pain, some of that emotion that you've tied in, which is a very natural piece. We all do it. It's tied into these swords so that you can start to create what it is that's going to serve you better, help you break those patterns, and help you move forward. Sprout. Fantastic. There are going to be so many emerging aspects that come forward with what we're doing right now, with what the full snow moon is offering you. You're going to see these pieces start to come forward over the next little while. The more we're able to release, the more movement we're able to do by focusing in on those hopes and dreams and what's going right, the more you're going to have those emerging aspects come forward. We're shifting gears by shifting perspectives and shifting that direction of that boat. We're not looking at dropping everything and being able to do some hardcore healing right now. We're looking at doing a little bit of healing so that we can get the information we need to use it to our advantage. That information is going to help us with that reflection and understanding of where that star will lead us. That star, of course, is right over some land. It's hard to see, but it's still green underneath all the snow, underneath that snowstorm. We need to be focusing in on that abundant and fertile area so that we can continue our growth and our development and not get kind of stuck and comfortable in what we're dealing with. Because when we have that stagnation, that's when the tower comes in and starts to rock our world a bit. And let's be honest, nobody has time for that. This is time for you. It's up to you to use this time to your advantage. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the full snow moon wants to share with you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Howlite friends. Hello and welcome, my Smoky Quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the fullest and most comprehensive reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the full snow moon has in store for my Smoky Quartz friends. What card symbolizes the full snow moon for my Smoky Quartz friends? Oh, it's a good one, guys. The devil. I actually enjoy the fact that he really looks like he's in quite the snowstorm. So I think that's what you're going to find, especially over the next 5 days. Your ego, it's time to challenge him or her, depending on how you see your ego. It is time to check in to what's holding you back and how the devil or your ego has you stuck. Now, with the devil card, these guys are here even without the chains. Even in Pamela Coleman Smith's initial devil card, the two figures had chains around their neck, but at any given time, they could have taken those chains off and left. However, chose not to. They didn't want to go into those dark spaces within themselves to check in, to find that light, that soul burning light. No matter how dark things feel, there's always that flicker of hope. That's what we need to focus in on and nurture right now. We're going to challenge those vices, those nooses, those chains that are holding you back. It's time to break free of some of this control. And like I said, take hold of that light. Take hold of you and what's meaningful for you. Sounds like a lot. I know, guys. It's not, believe me. This is not something that I'm going to set you up to fail at. We are going to have the devil card come up again and again. It's part of us. It's the easiest part to hear. That's why the high vibrational beings have no problem hearing us, because we're a lower vibration than they are. It's easier to hear the low vibration than the high. However, no matter how hard things are, there's always a way forward. And like I said, I'm not going to set you up for a lot of unreachable goals. That's not okay. That's not how we roll here. So we're going to take this one step at a time. We want to start to shift gears. Rather than having the devil in control, we want to take back our control. Take back our power. And one of the easiest ways to do that is through a meditation I did with Archangel Uriel. And that's what we did. We strengthened your courage and determination, connecting you in with your passions. That light, that hope, will take you away from this stuckness, this low vibrational sorrow. It shifts your gear. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about what it is I just talked about, I have two playlists, two meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, and that's where you're going to find the Archangel Uriel meditation I spoke about. The other is a Just You and Me playlist, where it's just you and me working on tools and skills that will help you on your path. All the meditations are guided meditations and are about 30-ish minutes long. Most importantly, they are free to you to use and revisit as you need. So, Archangel Uriel will help you find that light, find that connection of fulfillment and joy. When we do that, that's going to inspire us, helping us to take back some of that control and direct us in a meaningful and fulfilling way that brings us joy and happiness, helping us to get out of this snowstorm and into something that is warm and loving. The full snow moon is supporting you in that reflection and that time for you, that connection. Remember, we do have the Pisces zodiac sign supporting the full snow moon. Pisces is an intuitive zodiac sign that brings in that gentle, intuitive energy that we need. That intuition that's going to help us with how to go forward rather than staying stuck. Staying stuck will only cause more heartache and pain, causing stagnation, which will eventually bring the Tower into play. The universe will only allow us so much stagnation before it kicks us in the behind and gets us moving without any control. It will sever these nooses, however, in a way that you don't have as much say. So we're still at a point of choice. Our free will is still there. So we have to take this time and use it to our advantage. Let's look at what further advantages we can get here. What further insight, wisdom, guidance, and support we can share with my Smoky Quartz friends for the full snow moon. The Knight of Pentacles. Exactly what we need. That knight taking us away from that low vibration. In the original deck, and I believe it's still true in this deck, the Knight of Pentacles is standing still, whereas other knights are in varying stages of motion. We have that very stable and hard-working knight here to support us with what it is we want to do. Many times when we're starting to challenge our ego, challenge that status quo, we start to feel a little bit uncertain, a bit shaky, and we don't know how to go forward in a stable way. We feel like we are caught in the dark or caught in a snowstorm. One of the ways that we can create stability within ourselves and our environment is through grounding. I know that can be really challenging for many of us, especially trying to maintain that grounding energy. And I do have a couple of ways that you can do that. I do have a grounding meditation in my Just You and Me playlist that you can use whenever. Start off your day, whenever throughout your day, end your day. And you can use it multiple times. That grounding meditation will support you in creating that stability within you. Another way that you can promote that grounded energy is through the use of crystals. There are so many crystals and they're readily available. And the ones that I would recommend are crystals that are red or black. They correlate with your root chakra and they support you with that stability. So examples of that would be tiger iron or black obsidian. Having them close to you on person will support you with that grounding energy. There are a lot of bracelets and pendants that you can buy, or you can buy even little crystals that are smooth like this, and you can put them in your pocket. Or if you wear one, a bra, you can tuck it right in. Make sure though, my friends, if you're going to have it close to your skin like that, you don't want something that is rough or jagged. You will hurt yourself. That smooth, polished crystal is really important. And you can pick them up in so many places. You can get them online. You can get them at health food stores. You can get them at metaphysical shops. I've seen them even at like souvenir places. You can Google where you could find crystals locally, or if you don't feel comfortable going out, you can go and order them online. There's so many online vendors. And when you order it, ask your high vibrational support team, and don't worry, you just have to ask it, whether in your head or out loud, for them to support the individual in getting the crystal that you need. That way, you're going to get what you need. It's truly amazing what happens when you ask for the help. So, the stability and groundedness is going to support you with that snowstorm or darkness. Again, that meditation with Archangel Uriel will also help with this, or even calling in Archangel Uriel himself to support you. Archangels are omnipresent beings, so they can be with multiple people, supporting them on their journey. And Archangel Uriel supports us with stepping into the light, stepping in and reclaiming our power, asking him to support you throughout your day, helping you to make the choices for your greater good, will support you in some of this clarity, especially as we are looking at that Pisces energy on top of that nurturing full moon energy. This is your time, my friends. We need to use it to your advantage. The Five of Swords. Again, not surprising to see that, actually. So, fives are a conflict number in tarot. The swords, we're looking at that knowledge that's bound up by the emotion we attach to it. This is a conflict card. A conflict of wills, if you will. Your ego is not going to lie back and go, oh, this is fantastic. Thanks for taking my power away from me. This is great. We're going to enjoy our growth and development time. No, your ego is going to scream bloody murder, adding to the instability and uncertainty of this adventure. We need to be mindful of that inner talk, that negative self-talk. Let's be honest, we're amazing at it because our ego is perched in control. When we knock him off his high horse, it's amazing how that shift in perspective and, if you will, that knockage causes a rebalance, creating a stronger inner self. Now, one of the ways I can support you in challenging that inner chatter and belief system is through a meditation I did with Archangel Raguel. And that's what we looked at, balancing out the beliefs of self. When we do challenge that status quo, that's when the growth occurs, that shifting occurs. We get up into control and we can head out of this snowstorm. Remember, we have that knowledge. Whether we use it to our advantage or we allow the devil or your ego to use it to its advantage, creating that stagnation and stuckness. We have that ability to kick that horse into gear. We just choose not to. It's time to put that action into play. And no, we don't look at those leaps and bounds here. I'm not a big supporter of them. Small, stable, steady steps supports you in maintainable and sustainable growth. And that's exactly what we need. So taking some time for you rather than your ego this week and strengthening you through meditation, self-care, nurturing and love. Remember, we have that full moon energy, that divine feminine energy that we can embrace and utilize to our advantage, should we choose. Nobody and nothing is going to do this for us. We need to make the choices and start to do some of that work. It shouldn't be challenging or hard or time consuming. That's why my meditations are about 30 minutes and they support you on multiple levels. That whole body, mind, and soul. It's fantastic. Let's look at what else will support you during this full snow moon. Let's get into some blessings. What blessings does the full snow moon have to share with my Smoky Quartz friends? I do like how, when you look at the arrangement of the cards, the knight is walking away from the devil. And then you have the Five of Swords kind of protecting the devil, trying to shoo away challenge or adversity. So in tarot, it's not just about what the card means, it's about how they interact, about what messages are being shared. The devil thinks he's in control. Well, it's time to make some choices. Choices for your greater good. We have the mirror. It's a fantastic tool. And you don't really need a physical mirror, but that reflection, looking within self, understanding how the devil has control. Without that understanding, it's hard to challenge it. It's hard to see through that storm. Looking inwards is really important. Like I said in the introduction, the full snow moon, that's exactly what it encourages you to do. Take time for that reflection, to look at that true self, all of self. It's a challenge, I know. Many of us struggle with that. Taking time and going inwards. Starting to love you for you. And I know it can seem really intimidating. I have a meditation that may help out with that. I've done a number of meditations with Archangel Chamuel. And that's what we look at, is that self-love. That self-love will go a long way in connecting in and understanding you. Anytime you do a meditation, you open yourself up to the insight, that guidance from the high vibrational beings. You're not focusing in so much on what's the challenge or what's going on. You're focusing in on your breath. You open yourself up to that guidance and that understanding. And believe you me, they use that to their advantage. They get you that information and guidance. The more you do it, the stronger that skill becomes, and it becomes more of a tool rather than something that you have to do. You are rewarded not only from that physical, mental, and spiritual aspect, but also from that insight and guidance that is shared with you. Meditation, it's fantastic. It's just we have to use it. And we have another tool. The sickle. Kind of seems a little bit scary. However, it's connecting into a number of facets here. First one, the sickle. There is one card that depicts the sickle, and that's death. We need to release this power, taking back what is rightfully ours. When we cut back and release what the devil is holding over us, we start to be able to grow and flourish in other ways. Literally, think of it as farming. If you cut back the weeds, it gives more space for what it is you're growing. And that's what we're doing here. We're using it to our advantage. We are looking at that growth. We need to take that time and start to release that control. Reflecting in on our core values, our beliefs, our thought patterns. That's where we need to start to make those shifts. We don't need to literally get up on a horse and run one way. We're not going to outrun the storm. We're going to outsmart the storm, making sure we have that foundation we need for the growth that we want to get us out of that storm in a natural and stable way. So the sickle not only talks about that release, but it talks about that growth. Now, I do have a meditation that would support you in that release. And that's one I did with Archangel Metatron, where we start to release some of the pain and heartache that is trapped around experiences and situations, so that we can take that knowledge. We can break the patterns. Breaking patterns gives you back that power. Taking it one step at a time, reflecting in, so you can start to understand those patterns, break them, and support yourself in some amazing growth. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the full snow moon wants to share with you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Smoky Quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Selenite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the full snow moon has to share with my Selenite friends. What card symbolizes the full snow moon for my Selenite friends. Ooh, good card. Good card. We like good cards. Well, they're all good cards. It's just some of the messages smidge more harder to deal with than Midas Touch himself. The King of Pentacles. Growth and abundance. That Midas Touch, it's coming forward. Taking that time for you will support you with that growth, that prosperity that you're looking for. We get caught up so much in that snowstorm that's falling all around us that we forget about us. Spending that time for self will invigorate and strengthen you, helping you to use this snowstorm to your advantage, seeing the beauty, the wonder, and the amazement that it holds. There's many opportunities that it brings. However, we're so caught up on the actual event, we're missing out. Slowing down and being present for you will open so many amazing more opportunities. This little shift of taking a little bit of time for you will go a long way in, well, changing the outcomes, bringing in and shining these opportunities brighter and more evident than before. And these opportunities, that's where you're going to get that prosperity, that growth you're looking for. The universe likes to reward us for our hard work. And that hard work can be working on self. One of the big aspects that we all wanted to do in this lifetime was heal. We have the knowledge and the resources to do it. And I don't mean going to a doctor to get that medical healing. I mean energetical and spiritual healing. We have the ability to go through different cultures, spiritualities, and use the aspects, tools, and resources that those different avenues bring, helping you to heal on that energetical, spiritual, and soul basis. And that's exactly what this shift and this time for self will bring. Now, I know that a lot of us are like, wow, that's a lot to do in 5 days. But that's not what I'm asking. I'm suggesting that you take that time for you. Put you a little bit higher on that priority list. Now, I do have some amazing tools that can support you in this self-care, in this love for you. I've done a number of meditations with Archangel Chamuel, and he's the love archangel. And one of his favorite topics is that self-love, because so many of us are missing out on that. Now, if you're new to my channel and don't know about my meditations, I do have 2 playlists, Healing with the Archangels and then Just You and Me. The Healing with the Archangels is exactly that. And that's where you're going to find, I now have, I believe, 3 meditations with Archangel Chamuel. I recommend that you start with the first one, and then you can work your way up. The Just You and Me, it's just exactly as it sounds. It's just you and me working on some tools and some skills that will support you in your journey, support you in embracing what's right in front of you. Now, these are guided meditations that are about 30 minutes long. And most importantly, they are free to you to visit and revisit as you need. So, back to Archangel Chamuel. Be a fantastic meditation to visit or revisit during this week. We have this full moon energy that is right there. Tapping into it and using it to our advantage. That's what we need to learn, is to use our tools more effectively, more efficiently so that we're not working so hard. We're allowing those natural abilities, skills, and tools to work for us in a more productive way. So let's look at what other insight and tools we can support you with here. What further insight, wisdom, and guidance does the full snow moon have for my Selenite friends? The Six of Pentacles. It is a balance and energy card, ensuring that we are focusing in on all aspects of self and life, not hyper-focusing in on different elements and aspects. We want to make sure we have that balanced approach so that we feel stronger and more able to engage with these opportunities. Balance is going to be an important element in reaching for what is right in front of us. Now, balance in itself can be one of those kind of weird juggling acts because we're not looking at one or two aspects. We're looking at a lot of balls in play. We're multidimensional, multifaceted beings that has a lot going on. One of the easiest ways that I can support you with that balance is through a balancing meditation that I brought out, where we balance your chakra system. Your chakras are correlated to all your body, and when they're aligned and balanced, you feel stronger and more able to look at the different aspects of life, helping to bring in, more balance, more harmony and calm. Another meditation that can support you with this balance, this stability, is a meditation I did with Archangel Sandalphon. And we looked at that harmony and that balance, helping you to establish it within so that you can radiate that balance and let it permeate all aspects around you. Now, additionally, we have double pentacles here. We need that grounded energy. There's a snowstorm at play here. There's a lot going on. The more grounded and balanced we are, the more we're going to be able to challenge the status quo and look at what's really important. I do have a grounding meditation in my Just You and Me playlist, and I also have a couple in my Archangel playlist. Go through and see which one resonates with you. The more grounded we are, the more open we are to these opportunities. Another way we can work on that grounded energy is through the use of crystals. Any red or black crystal will resonate with your root chakra that will support you in the stability that we're looking for. Examples of that would be something like tiger iron or black obsidian. These are easy crystals to find that aren't too expensive. You can find bracelets and pendants that you can wear. You can also find smaller crystals that you can carry with you in your pocket or tuck into your bra. If you wear one, that is. Just make sure if it's going to have that close connection with your skin, that we are looking at a polished, soft crystal. You don't want anything with a jagged edge like this because you will actually hurt yourself and the crystal won't support you in what you want it to. It's not going to create stability. It's going to create pain. So back to that grounded and stable energy. Of course, that opens you up to these opportunities, to that growth, that prosperity and abundance that we're so looking for right now. The Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is a movement card. In the Two of Wands, you make some decisions. In the Three, you start to act upon them. That action is important. Not only do we need to be in the here and now, we need to be active participants in our lives. Many of us like to take that back seat perspective where we just watch the world go by. Again, we will miss out on these opportunities. We need to put action to these opportunities. If we don't take the opportunity, well, it's going to pass us by. And we're not going to feel so supported. And thus, we're going to miss those opportunities. So being in the present and acknowledging them and not putting action to it, why acknowledge it? You're just wasting your own energy. So, putting action and embracing these opportunities. And if the opportunity feels too much of a big leap or bound, ask for the high vibrational beings to bring you that opportunity in a different way. They will. They are there to support you. Leaps and bounds cause instability. Or when you have that slow, steady step, you feel, stronger, more stable. You're able to maintain and sustain the shifts that create change in your life, that create that abundance, that prosperity. So we do want that slow shift, stable, small steps, like taking care of self. It's going to bring about opportunities. And if you're worried about that, what I would say right now, just tell your high vibrational support team, please do not present me opportunities that are beyond my scope of ability right now. I want stable, maintainable opportunities. Putting it out there, and then being observant and present for the results. We have a lot of supports. We're just not using them to our fullest and greatest advantage. Let's get some more support here. Let's go on to some blessings. What blessings does the full snow moon have for my Selenite friends? The storyteller. It's time to hit the roots, guys. Go back. Back in our story. Back in the stories that catch your attention. Those myths, that knowledge, it's going to help you with being present for you. Like I said, we have the ability to connect into so many different modalities now. Well, we need to understand and know those modalities, whether it's in our past lives, or whatever connection resonates within us to want to understand that modality. We're not talking about past life experiences or regressions here. We're talking about that connection. So if you have a connection or an inkling or a desire to learn more about a certain modality or practice, that's where you need to go. That is your intuition talking to you. As long as it's in the high vibration and for your greater good. And you can check into that. It goes back down to the root and foundation of you. If it feels right, it makes you happy, it brings you joy, that light, that love, it's a modality that is important. And you can look into it. You don't have to buy in or drink the Kool-Aid. You can question, critically think. Like I said, we don't want all of one. We want bits and pieces of different modalities, different perspectives. It's going to shape a better foundation for us. Crossroads. How fantastic. Not as dark as that looks like. It talks about releasing aspects and pieces that aren't serving you, that aren't part of this amazing opportunity, prosperity, and abundance. We have a crossroads. You can choose left, right, center. We can't go back though. Going back, that's into darkness. We have the ability to go so many ways. It's up to us to choose that path that is most important to us. This is a depiction of Hecate. She's the goddess of the crossroad and of magic. We have magic within us. The biggest magic we have is that love. Love is a fantastic energy because it's based in the unconditional love of the universe, which of course is that infinite and all-powerful energy. So, we have this crossroads. We need to choose what way, what modality, what opportunities are going to be most meaningful for you. Our path is individual. It's up to us to take that time and explore what that crossroads looks like. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the full snow moon wants to share with you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Selenite friends.